What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Octagon Jay, baby! We're here to dive into the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Joe Rogan and Ilia Topuria have a 2-hour episode live on YouTube right now, and they dive into everything. Royce Gracie, UFC with no cage, no stand-ups, no time limit, Joe Rogan's ayahuasca trip with Aaron Rodgers, every drug he's ever tried, every scientist he's ever talked to. And somehow Ilia Topuria comes off way smarter than Joe Rogan here. Ilia Topuria doesn't even speak English as his first language. And you can just tell the intellectual IQ of Ilia compared to Joe Rogan in this podcast episode. It's actually pretty glaring. It's pretty glaring. That was my main takeaway when I watched this episode, is that Joe Rogan, I don't know if he's done a lot of acid, a lot of mushrooms. I mean, the guy's fucking brain, he's a complete windbag airhead. And it was just kind of annoying me to listen to Joe Rogan. Ilia Topuria just had to be like, half the episode is him being like, yep, okay, interesting. Wow, I never thought about that. Well, what do you think about this? That actually makes sense, Joe. Do you agree with this? That actually makes sense? Oh, well, think about this conspiracy theory from 2001 that you never thought about, man. Yeah, you ever fucking smoke salvia, man? Ilia Topuria, well, I want to move up and fight for the belt. I don't want to, fight number one contender. Well, back in the day, the Gracies, man. Joe Rogan was just pissing me the fuck off. But anyway, let's get right into it. I got a bunch of clips that I want to dive into and discuss. Ilia Topuria is getting great at English. He's very intellectual. He's very well spoken, and he knows what he's doing. He's only 28 years old. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's got his career pretty well thought out. First and foremost, as soon as I turn this on, Joe Rogan looks like he is high as a kite or just woke up from a 3-day bender. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at the bags. Maybe it's just old age. Maybe he's done one too many Joe Rogan experiences. I don't know. But he looks terrible. He looks fucking terrible here. The bags under the eyes. He looks tired. He looks like he's coming off a bender. Or he just smoked a joint before this. I don't really know. You guys can decide for yourself. But as soon as they showed his bitch ass on screen, I was like, whoa! This guy needs to go to bed, baby. Especially compared to the all-world athlete, Ilia Topuria. I can't even say his name properly because I call him Ilia Topuria. That's what Conor McGregor calls him. Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria. All right? We're going to get into all the clips. Here's Joe Rogan introducing Ilia Topuria on his podcast.
Like, what do you walk around at when you were fighting at 45?
I'm going to tell you in kilos.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I walk around 80, 82.
What is that, Jamie? Like 160, 170? 175?
180.
180?
Most
okay,
closely,
so
yeah.
you were losing quite a bit of weight. 35 pounds?
30 pounds. Like,
oof.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a lot.
Hard.
That was the hardest part of my training, of the fight game for me. I wasn't enjoying at all the last couple of fights that I had, because it's like I had to become more professional in the weight cut than in a fight game,
Mm-hmm.
And it was taking a lot of time and energy from me, and I'm like, my dream is to become a world champion. I want to end up this chapter that I started in 145, and now it's time to really enjoy it, and I'm very excited about that. I already have one fight in 155.
Jai Herbert.
Yeah.
So there's Ilia Topuria's explanation for why he's moving up to 155. We've been waiting on this. We all kind of knew it was because of the weight cut, but it makes a lot of sense. He wants to enjoy his journey. He wants to enjoy his reign. He wants to take on a new challenge and get the 155 belt. And I can't blame the guy. He gave up the 145 title, vacated it. Talk about confidence. He's not begging the UFC for double champ status. Oh, my God, you got to give me the double champ belt. I'm going to hold down both divisions and keep both divisions active. Nah, he doesn't give a fucking bullocks about that shit. Ilia Topuria is a real one. He's a real one. He keeps it real. He knows what he wants. He wants to be healthy. He wants to enjoy his journey. And he wants that 155 belt. So there's the explanation right there as to why he moved up in weight. He didn't like it anymore. He was too focused on the weight cut. And he's confident in his abilities. It's really that simple. When you're as confident, when you're as good, when you have as many highlight reel KOs, and the resume that Ilia Topuria does at age 28, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. So Joe Rogan is high as balls or tired coming off a bender, one of the two. And Topuria just explained himself why he wanted to move up in weight. Let's go to the next clip. Let me make sure everything's working properly for you dirty dick bastards out there. It is. All right, so here's Joe Rogan schmoozing over Justin Gaethje. Now, this is where it gets like, Joe Rogan just, I mean, people think this guy is like the upper echelon of IQ, the creme de la creme when it comes to, out-of-the-box thinkers, creative, ingenuity, imaginative thinkers. This guy's next level, man. Joe Rogan experience. You got to do shroomies like Joe Rogan, man. Joe Rogan's a complete fucking windbag, okay? This guy's a fucking dumbass. He's a casual nowadays, and I get it. Justin Gaethje's a stud, a savage, an interim champion, a BMF champion, a World Series of Fighting champion, nobody to sneeze at. But the fact that, Ilia Topuria kind of seems like he knows what he's talking about when it comes to MMA, matchups, strengths, weaknesses. And Joe Rogan is just so adamant that Paddy Pimblett wouldn't have a chance against Justin Gaethje. Ilia Topuria thinks Paddy Pimblett would make easy work of Justin Gaethje. And as far as what we've seen from Justin Gaethje's career, the Charles Oliveira, the Khabib Nurmagomedov, when he fights a grappler, a high-level jiu-jitsu wrestler/grappler, Justin Gaethje cannot compete. We've seen it time and time again. He can't compete. What Paddy Pimblett just did to Michael Chandler, Mr. Chandler, I know that it's an older Michael Chandler. Justin Gaethje fought a younger Michael, but it was, 3 years younger? Same fucking guy. Athlete, big bombs, hooks. Justin Gaethje had no chance of dominating Michael Chandler the way Paddy Pimblett did. He just did it. He wasn't even close. He had a 50-50 kind of war with Chandler that he came on top of and won the second and third round. Whoop-de-doo. Paddy Pimblett is bigger than Justin Gaethje. He's stronger grappler. He's got more jiu-jitsus, more submissions, and his striking is coming around. And it's really kind of, I don't want to say it's lapping Justin Gaethje, but the way he leg kicks, the way he, in close, elbows, on the ground, ground and pound, it's kind of evolved past the Justin Gaethje stand and bang style. Now, would Justin Gaethje have a chance in that fight? Of course he would. Of course. But Joe Rogan just makes a fool out of himself here. Let's listen to it.
Give you a promise that your next, when you vacated the belt, that your next fight would be
if
for the title.
they give that chance to everyone, why not to me?
Yes.
They gave it to Henry Cejudo, they gave it to Conor McGregor, they gave it to George St. Pierre, they gave it to John, they gave it to everyone.
Right. Yep.
And I proved that I deserve that shot. As you said, I knock out
two of the all-time greats.
Two of the all-time greats. To the great Walk, who was like dominating everyone in 145 division, and Max Holloway. Great fighters, both of them.
Especially after Max Holloway's victory over Justin Gaethje, which is like the greatest victory of his career. Yeah. To
knock out Max Holloway, that's one thing. Break the chin of Max Holloway, TKO Max Holloway, almost put him out cold. But coming off the heels of the Justin Gaethje UFC 300 BMF KO, full momentum, full confidence for Max Holloway. To put that to a screeching halt and KO the never before KO'd chin of Max Holloway is something next level. And we just saw how good Volkanovski still is to this day. I know Volkanovski was coming off the Islam Makhachev KO and maybe his chin wasn't the same, but it's still Volkanovski. He was confident going into that fight. He was talking a lot of shit about Topuria. And Topuria KO'd Volkanovski. It's next level shit. Next level shit. And just the timeline of it all. Max coming off the big win. UFC 300. All the momentum. I mean, it's incredibly, incredibly impressive.
knock him out after that.
And no one did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'd say world title fight, but I don't get to make the rules.
And the last fight he had was in 155.
I don't get to make the
against Justin Gaethje, who also fought for the title.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and then the other thing is there's not really a compelling challenger at 155 other than you. If you look at it, like he's kind of cleaned out the division. There's no one else. I mean, Arman's got to build himself.
I agree. There's nobody else. I think Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev's the fight to make. It's a fight we need. Make it happen, Dana. The fuck? Announce the Hamzat Dreykus. Where's Tom and Jones? Tommy Aspinall and John Jones, Ilia Topuria, and Islam Makhachev. Book the fights, Dana. Sugar Sean versus Merab 2. Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. Book the fights. There's no one else. Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev is the fight to make. Pay Islam millions more, 10 million more. Here you go, Islam. We guarantee you a welterweight fight if you beat Ilia Topuria. We'll give you 10 million more on top of it. Bang. Boom.
Back up.
Yeah.
He's not going to get a title shot.
I would put Justin Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett. Me against Islam.
I would do that as well. Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Love it. Perfect matchup. Justin Gaethje does not deserve a title shot. He got flatline KO'd by Max Holloway. He sneaked by Rafael Fiziev with a 2-1 decision. Whoop-de-doo. No title shot. It's a waste of a fight for Islam Makhachev. Justin Gaethje already got exposed by Khabib Nurmagomedov. Exposed by Charles Oliveira. On the ground. Jiu-jitsu. Grappling. We don't need to see it. He's not going to stand and bang with Justin Gaethje like a Dustin Poirier, like a Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev. It's a waste of a fight. It's a waste of a pay-per-view. We need Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Book the fight. Number 1 contenders fight. Book it. Oliveira, Arman 2. The first fight was a fucking controversial decision. Oliveira almost subbed him twice. It was a boring-ass fight. It was a decision. Rebook it 5 rounds. Islam Makhachev, Ilia Topuria. Book the fight.
I pass him. I get the title. And you put me against Paddy. Because I think that he's going to...
You think Paddy's going to beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow.
For sure.
Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin
Gaethje's
Gaethje's a
old.
fucking animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple. And Paddy knows
But
that.
he's a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. You don't think he knows how to grapple? He just chooses not to.
He knows how to grapple. But he's a Division I wrestler 15 years ago when he was in college. Ilia, 15 years ago, Justin Gaethje was a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. Didn't you see him against Michael Chandler when Michael Chandler single-legged the fuck out of him? Didn't you see him against Rafael Fiziev, a Muay Thai kickboxing instructor, when Rafael Fiziev put his gooch in his nose and almost inverted triangled him and rubbed his gooch and butthole all over Justin Gaethje's face in the first round when they were very fresh? Justin Gaethje's an amazing... Didn't you see him against Khabib on the ground? I mean, he was so well-versed. He really put a good showing on. Charles Oliveira, I mean, the defensive technique was out of this world. He can grapple, dude. What are you talking about? He can grapple. Yeah, he's strong, Joe Rogan. Yeah, he can do takedown defense. He's got good hips. He's strong. Whoop-de-doo. When he's on the ground, he's a fish out of water. Casual takes by Joe Rogan.
He chooses to stand and fight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Ilia knows way more than Joe Rogan at this point. Yeah, I believe this guy. You guys can believe Joe Rogan if you want. I'll take Ilia's opinion on it. Let me see where I'm at here. Hold up. My bad. Yeah, you guys can take Joe Rogan's.
Did you ever saw him submitting someone?
I don't believe he's ever submitted someone, but I think that's because he likes to just crush people. He likes to bang it out.
No, Joe Rogan. It's because he can't submit anybody. Because he has no jiu-jitsu skill. Joe Rogan. Well, that's just because he likes to knock people out. That's because he sucks on the ground. We've already seen it time and time and time again. Rafael Fiziev put his gooch in his nose round 1 on short notice. A Muay Thai instructor. Gooch to nose.
And fight. He used to fight.
What everyone likes is to dominate people and to win as soon as possible. If you have the ability to submit someone as soon as you can, you would do it.
Well, he likes to bang, man. Yeah, He likes to bang because he cannot submit anybody. Joe Rogan, Casual Take City. Here's the next clip I wanted to discuss. Let's dive in and let's digest. Woo! Octagon Jordan. Subscribe, like, please. That's good.
I mean, nobody would argue with that. That would be a huge fight. Everybody would get excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they make that fight happen.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't have any say. Like I said, I'd get rid of the cage.
I'd get rid of the cage. Dude. He's talking about Ilia Topuria against Islam Makhachev. I'd get rid of the cage. Bro, this ain't 2001 Pride, okay? We don't care what you would do when you're high on mushrooms. Well, what if we didn't have a ref and the people were the ref and they voted in, or, it was a virtual cage and there was no stand-ups and it was all just toe locks and punches to the nose and, oh my God. I can't even make jokes. It's so fucking asinine.
I'd get rid of stand-ups. I'd fuck everything up for them.
Ilia's like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
I would make it less marketable. Probably.
Wow.
I would.
Anyways, if they give me the fight with Charles, it's
Anyways, that's great, Joe. Moving on to the next topic. I'm going to transition here. This is the Joe Rogan experience. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about this dumbass blasphemy. Let me actually discuss something important.
going to be a
That's
good
a good
one
fight too.
also.
That's a great fight too. That's
It's
a great fight too. There's a lot of guys in that division.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good fights for you at 155 pounds. Do you have a timeline of when you would like to fight at 155?
I would like to fight with Islam, that's for sure.
Mhm.
I would like to fight him.
But if they don't give you that fight, if they give you like a number one contender fight, when would you like to fight next?
I wouldn't fight for a number one contender
Really?
fight. No.
You only want to fight for the title?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Of course. Obviously. You think he gave up the title without a confirmation that he's getting a title fight? No. No. UFC said, hey, you can move up. You got to drop your title. You'll get a title shot. No problem. If not, stay down there, fight Lopez, fight Evloev, fight Gian Silva, fight all these guys. It's the same situation for Volkanovski. I'm either fighting Topuria rematch or I'm fighting Lopez interim or Lopez undisputed. I don't give a fuck. Ilia Topuria is top 3 stars for the UFC right now. He's top 3 stars for the UFC. He's not going to fight till he gets a championship fight. UFC's going to make it happen. I'm telling you. They're going to make it happen. Give Islam Makhachev an extra $10 million. Give him a guarantee of the 170 title fight if he beats Ilia Topuria. Make the fight happen, Dana. Make the fight fucking happen. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Ilia Topuria wants the challenge. He's begging for Islam Makhachev, the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter, and he's confident as a fucking motherfucker. This guy doesn't bat an eyelash in the face of adversity. He doesn't bat an eyelash in the face of a challenge. Volkanovski, eat my fucking ass. Max Holloway, I'm going to KO you. And guess who I want next? The pound-for-pound king, Islam Makhachev. That's who he wants. He doesn't want Lopez. He doesn't want Gian Silva. He doesn't want fucking Charlie Olives. 10 losses, Charlie Olives. He wants the GOAT, the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter, Islam Makhachev. Make the fight.
Okay.
Of course.
I understand. That makes sense to me. Look, also, it's the most marketable fight. Everybody else has lost to him, right?
I don't care if
Yeah, it's very marketable. We get it. Next clip. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we're good. Next clip. He's not going to fight. He's not going to compete again. I think we might have just watched this. I don't even know, but let's take a look.
I would like to fight with Islam.
But if they don't give you that fight, if they give you like...
Yeah, we did just watch that. No, he's not fighting the number 1 contender. If Islam wants to move up and fight Bilal Muhammad, if Islam wants to go up, he can fight Bilal Muhammad. I don't give a fuck that they trained for 2 weeks. Bilal Muhammad's from Chicago. Islam Makhachev's from Dagestan. What the fuck's going on here? He's from Palestine, Chicago, Dagestan. Why would they not fight? We've seen it before. Burns, Kamaru Usman. We've seen it before. Many times. Bilal Muhammad, Islam Makhachev. Jack Della Maddalena, Islam Makhachev. Whatever. Who cares? Make it happen. Charles Oliveira, You're a little fuckface. Next up. Next clip. Before we do that, in honor of Joe Rogan's bags, he looks like he's high as a bullocks. He looks like he's on a bender. Let's take a shot, smoke a bowl to Ilia Topuria. This guy's a fucking savage. El Matador. Now, what's his new name? Kingslayer or some shit. He was El Matador. Now he's fucking El Kingsman or something. I don't fucking know. Some shit. I gotta look it up. Down the hatch. Baltimore, Maryland. Stand up. Let's get hammered. Hammer time. Woo! That's for you, Joe Rogan, you little cuck. You're a little cuck.
There's no shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
But like to answer your question, I'm fascinated by all the different styles. I like watching everybody fight. I love Volkanovski. I love watching him fight this past weekend. Wow. And
he's so great.
I
was so happy for him this Saturday because he really deserved to get that title back.
What's Ilia Topuria's feelings about Volkanovski getting his belt? That's what Joe Rogan's about to ask Ilia. How do you feel about your belt being won by the guy you just knocked out? Ilia is super humble. He loves Volkanovski. Who doesn't like Volk, by the way? The Volk man. Yeah, gonna land down under. In a tide of thunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run. You better run for cover. All right, I'll spare y'all that bullshit.
does it bother you to see someone win your title?
No, not at all.
I got Keith in the bowl for the Joe Rogan experience. That Keith is gonna get me looking like Joe Rogan.
Good.
I'm good.
You're like, I'm good.
I'm good. Happy for him.
You established. You won. You defended.
I won. I defended. Right now, I have completely different challenge in front of me. I wish him nothing but the best, and to everyone. Like I wish the best wins all the time.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
I don't care.
What about Paddy Pimblett though?
Do you know what's really fun?
Yeah, what's up with this Paddy?
Making a website on Wix.
What's up with this Paddy Pimblett beef?
Hey, where?
What's up with this Paddy Pimblett beef? They high-fived each other at the weigh-ins. They're, are they friends? Are they not friends? Paddy didn't call him out. He said he forgot about him. Let's get this shit cooking again, boys. We need some bad blood. How interesting was that Gian Silva fucking shit, huh? How interesting was that? That Gian Silva, Bryce Mitchell. Everyone like, oh, this is so interesting. The face-off, oh my God. The bad blood, like I get it. The respectful, bow, fucking, I respect you at the end of the fight. Great. We need some bad blood. The Paddy Ilia Topuria fight, it's going to come to a head. Paddy Pimblett's going to get to the top. He's going to beat Justin Gaethje if the time comes. We're going to get the Ilia Topuria Paddy Pimblett fight, and Paddy's way bigger than Ilia Topuria, way bigger. So that fight might not be as lopsided as some people think. Luke Thomas. But can we get some bad blood here? A little shit talk? What do you think of Paddy Pimblett?
He did a great job.
He did a great job.
He did what he had to do.
He did.
But for me, it's like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. For me, Chandler, he never was a extraordinary fighter. He was like average level of fighter. Like, who did he beat, like, in the UFC?
Dan Hooker and Tony Ferguson.
Dan Hooker. Yeah.
Dan Hooker's a good fighter. Dan Hooker had that war with Dustin Poirier.
the Dan Hooker slander. I'm here for it. Hey, Dan Hooker put up a good fight against Mateusz Gamrot. He's a fucking tough-ass matchup, so let's give Dan Hooker a little bit of respect. But, hey, I'm here for the Dan Hooker slander. Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker. Come on. What are we saying?
And Dustin Poirier is a very good fighter.
How many losses he has?
He's got a few losses. Yeah,
he's a good fighter. Very entertaining fighter.
Yeah,
like for the fans.
He's a wild dog.
Yeah,
he
he's
fights,
a dog.
He
goes inside that octagon and he fights. But yeah,
I think he's on a resurgence.
Yeah, he makes fun of Dan Hooker. Mad funny. All right, next up, I think we got one more clip we're gonna look at. When asked about fighting Conor McGregor. This is a great clip. The confidence is just oozing out of him. He's not Michael Chandler. He's not going to beg for a Conor McGregor fight and call him out every promo that he gets and go to WWE. Get your candy ass back in the octagon. I got one dude on my mind. Conor McGregor. He doesn't give a fuck about Conor McGregor. He's making his own legacy, man. Same with Paddy Pimblett. These two are on a crash course, a collision course. I can't wait for it.
He needs like a real long camp to really get his body back to fighting shape, like real fighting shape. And he's got to remember, what happened when he came back from boxing and then fought Dustin Poirier.
And it depends who he's going to face. Because if you
Who's
put
gonna
him
face?
against me, he needs to die and be burned again.
I mean, is that not true, though? Ilia Topuria studies every aspect of the game, not to train, but to dominate. He's not in there to have a war and go home bloodied and battered and go to the hospital like a Dan Hooker-Justin Gaethje matchup. Oh, brother, I love this shit, brother. We're both going to the hospital tomorrow night for sure. Come on, brother. That's my Dan Hooker impression. I love Dan Hooker. Brother, I see us both in the hospital. Yeah, brother. I see us both in the hospital, brother. And who knows, Ilia Topuria doesn't have that mindset. No. He's going to find your weakness. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling, striking, kicks, punches, boxing. He's going to find your weakness, and he's going to expose it. Conor McGregor would have no chance against Ilia Topuria. Maybe Conor McGregor 2016, 2015 Conor McGregor. Even then, I'm still probably picking Ilia Topuria. I think he can pick Conor apart. Conor had a big left hand, a couple nice kicks. I mean, Ilia Topuria goes to the body. He's got the right hook. He can go upstairs. He can, push you up against the fence. He can submit you like a Bryce Mitchell. It's a different beast. And then last but not least, Khabib Nurmagomedov chimes in with a bowl on his Instagram photo. Now, this could mean anything. There's a lot of speculation. Oh, Ilia Topuria, El Matador. He puts this up because maybe they offered Islam Makhachev more money. Maybe they offered Islam Makhachev incentives. Hey, 170 title shot guaranteed. More bread for the fight. I mean, who's Islam Makhachev going to fight that's a bigger fight, that can get more fans on his side, that can get him more recognition, more money in his pocket, more fame? If he fights a Jack Della Maddalena, that's not going to hit the mainstream. That's not going to get you that many casual fans. Islam Makhachev, Bilal Muhammad, okay. All right. Doesn't really, doesn't move my cock. I'm not fucking getting hard over here about that. I don't feel any type of way against Bilal Muhammad, Islam Makhachev. Cool fight. All right. I'm picking Islam all day long. Don't get me wrong. Who else is there? The Charles Oliveira rematch for Islam Makhachev. That might be the closest second place. Charles Oliveira got a ton of fans. Huge in Canada, obviously Brazil, America. Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, that'd get a lot of people talking. That would get a lot of traction online, on social media. A lot of headwind. But that's not going to be anything like Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev. The way they can promote that, the way they can introduce both fighters. They get Spain, they get Georgia, they got Dagestan, they get America, they get social media, undefeated versus, one loss in the UFC, number 1 pound for pound, number 3 pound for pound, champion. I mean, it's crazy. So this is what Khabib Nurmagomedov tweeted. A lot of people are looking into it. Oh, El Matador, this must mean Islam Makhachev's taking the fight. I don't know. This could be anything. Khabib Nurmagomedov, maybe this is something related to he's getting into Dana White's bull riding league. Maybe he's going into Power Slap. Maybe he just bought another bull to fight Dana White's bull. Maybe he's in Texas. Maybe he's in Austin. He just took this photo himself. He's trying to get him photography. Who knows? But I think they're going to figure out Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. They're not going to wait for Bilal Muhammad, JDM. Who gives a shit about the winner of that fight in Islam? They're not giving Charles Oliveira the title shot. It's not happening. If they really want to stack International Fight Week, Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis, co-main event, or that's the co-main event, main event, Islam Makhachev, Ilia Topuria. If you put those two fights on International Fight Week, that's getting 1 million views, 1 million pay-per-view buy. Let me say that again. 1 million pay-per-view buys. 1 million pay-per-view buys. Maybe 1.5 pay-per-view buys. That's getting a shit ton of traction online, casual fans, people at work, water cooler conversations. People are going to be chatting about Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev. The pay-per-view, I can't say it, pay-per-view buys. Octagon Jordan, thank you for tuning in. Love y'all. Tune in, turn up. Till next time, I'm out.